All right, and welcome back to another ODU Esports stream. Right when we get into the thick of things, Old Dominion scores a goal there. Curl the God, making sure he solidifies this lead for Old Dominion early on in Game 1 of this best of 5 series against Delaware, and they have the 3-0 advantage. I hope you can hear me and everything is working well. We've had technical difficulties on our end, unfortunately, coming into the stream, so that's why we had to start up a little bit late, and that's why you've seen 4 minutes of this first game already transpire. But in the meantime, I mean, Old Dominion, they're in a big pair of games tonight because if they are to win both of these games this evening, they are going to be able to qualify for playoffs here from MAEC, also known as Mid Atlantic Esports Conference. So it'll be very interesting to see if these Monarchs can really hold off this Delaware team, which is going to be a very tough test because Delaware is the number one team in our division so far. They are currently 3-0, first in the division. There's a shot on net from Curl. There's a follow up from Just Dan, but it's not going to go on net. It'll be in the right corner. But as I was saying, Delaware, they're the number one team in our division. So this would be a very pivotal win for the Monarchs to overtake because they are in third place of the Mace League of this Mace division so far right now. So ODU, they're going to be facing off Delaware in this best of five series in game number one, and then we have a doubleheader on our hands. So we will have game number two coming up right after this one concludes. And Go got with a big goal there with the assist from Justin and Old Dominion just being able to maintain the pressure. And you see Delaware just trying to do something with it, but you can see Justin bouncing off the back wall above crossbar and Go got there with the goal. So the Monarchs up 4-0 here. But like I was mentioning, after the conclusion of this game, we will have our second game of the evening, concluding our doubleheader, which will be against Mary Washington. So Mary Washington, they're fifth place in the division right now, and Mace. So at Old Dominion, they have to face off against number one and number five, and that will be it. And there's a shot on net at the buzzer, and Curl the God with his second goal off of the fifth shot there, and he's able to get another score here for Old Dominion as time is up. As Old Dominion will have a 5-0 clean sweep in game number one of this best of three series. So a great effort from our Monarchs in game number one, especially against the number one of our division. So that's a great start for the Monarchs as you see Goat with the hat trick himself and two saves to go along with it and the assist. Meanwhile, Carl with his pair of goals, and then he also had an assist and a save. So a big game for Old Dominion. 9 shots overall, and Goat and Carl both getting the goals in general. And you can see on the Delaware end, they only had 5 shots on goals. Old Dominion, they really played pretty well on the defense there in that matchup, and they're able to do pretty well and being able to score that victory. So they will have the momentum starting off the series tonight against Delaware. They'll be at 1-0, and they're going to be really looking forward into this game two and try to keep that momentum so they can try to take a 2-0 lead because taking a 2-0 lead in this best of five series will be very pivotal, and it could really just get them on the doorstep of scoring a win here. But like we said, they need a pair of wins in both of these games for them to qualify for playoffs for Mace and Old Dominion. They're 2-0 at the moment. So Old Dominion, we're gonna see how things will transpire tonight. But still, a great victory overall for the Monarchs firsthand. But we hope you have enjoyed so far. I'm your caster Benjamin Draper. For those of you that don't know, I am going to be your only caster this evening for Rocket League. And yeah, so we're going to take a short break here. I don't know if they got back into the game. If we can get a confirmation. Okay, so they are going to go back into the game. We were going to have our JV matchup tonight, but our JV matchup I believe it got rescheduled, and we're going to figure out when that will be rescheduled. But in the meantime, we're going to jump right back into things between Old Dominion here and Delaware. It is the start of game number two. Old Dominion with the start offensively. Not going to do much with it. And Sean was going to shoot it back downfield, but Go God is there to defend it pretty well. It'll be in the right corner. TJ will have a follow up, but it's gonna be taken out of the zone as Crow will move up the left side. He'll hit it off the back wall. It'll be bounced in front, but nobody there to hit it for a follow-up. So Sean will move it up the field into the right corner of Old Dominions as 25 seconds gone by and a little bit of action on both ends here, but no goals to talk about at the moment. And you can see Carl will move it up the field at himself, and he'll actually have the shot on net, but not going to actually qualify as one. And he'll move up the left side, actually getting a bounce off the wall. And you can see there's a shot on net from Goat God and nobody there to defend it. So a big goal for Old Dominion to score the first one of this game. You saw Curl getting getting the bounce off of the wall. And you can see Sean trying to get a good bounce out of that corner. Not going to get a good one. As you can see, Goat God capitalizes on that mistake from Delaware. And the Monarchs are now up 1-0 in the second game. So we'll see what they can do here on kickoff. Curl is going to move it up the field, and Just Dan's going to try to set something up, trying to get a bump. Not going to do much off of that as TJ will get a defense, and he'll try to move it up the right side here, but he's going to miss a touch, and Goga will be in the left corner. He'll try to get a center out in front. He will, but Smai is there to defend it. He'll get it out to midfield as Justin will hit it back into the zone. So Old Dominion still with the pressure here, and Curl with the shot. Oh, he almost missed it though. TJ had the touch, unfortunately. TJ won that 50 and being able to prevent Crow from possibly get a shot on goal and possibly scoring their second one of this game. As Delaware a game down already, they need to win this one if they want to make it a little bit more competitive, because you definitely do not want to fall 2-0 in a best of 5 series early on right here, especially when the Monarch team is playing pretty well offensively. And you can see Justin gets demoed in the process there from Sean, and TJ's there to back at his back wall to get it out of the zone, keep it at midfield. But Gokat's gonna win that 50, and he's gonna get it up the zone. He's gonna get a center. There's a bump on the goalkeeper, and he's gonna get the goal. So Justin with the goal as Gokat gets the bump in the net, preventing this Delaware team to possibly have any chance. You saw Smite trying to get a shot there, but Gokat preventing that, and you can see Justin with his first goal of the day. So that's a big goal for Justin as he scores and extends this Monarch lead 2-0 here. So let's see what they can do here off the kickoff. They got the kickoff off to the back wall. They'll be in the offensive zone still. And TJ trying to win it, but you can see Justin won that 50. And it'll be in the right corner. Goga will head the bounce off the wall, but not much of it. And here comes Smile. There's a shot on net. Curl with a big save, though. And Curl's going to try to move to the right side. Not going to get much off of it. TJ with the shot on net off the back wall, and Goga is there to defend it. So it'll be back up the right side. It'll be at midfield. Goga with the shot. It's going to go a little wide to the right side. So not going to be counted as a shot on goal, but still a shot attempt anyways. So 2:50 left to play. Monarchs only got the pair of goals early on, and they have just held down. Haven't really had any chances defensively to save here, and just down with a big shot on net as TJ with a big save himself. So almost halfway gone by. The Monarchs still out ahead 2-0. And it'll be hit back into the left corner as Smite trying to get something going, and Gokat is going to be up there, and he'll get it out to midfield for the time being. McCarroll's going to have to fall back for it, and it's going to be at the back wall as he defends it pretty well. He'll win that 50 at midfield. He'll get the demo himself as well. Gokat with a shot. That might be an open net, and there's Curl with the follow-up. Oh my goodness, what a goal from Curl, and what a setup from Goat and a big bump there from Curl to get him out of the equation, take him out, and being able to move upfield as Goat gets to pass up to him, and he'll have the aerial down into the net. And the Monarchs, they've scored 7 goals in this series so far, and meanwhile, Delaware has not scored once. So a big performance for the Monarchs in these first 2 games so far. They have really showed up in this first game of our doubleheader this evening. Let's see how they can try to end things, because it's not about how you start it, it's about how you end it. And you can see TJ with a big shot on net. Here comes a follow-up from Smythe. It's not going to get on net, though, and Goat was going to be there with the touch, and he'll move it up the left side. And Justin trying to get some bumps there, and there's a mistouch on their side. Delaware's going to have an open net for the time being. It'll be in the corner, but TJ's going to defend it as Curl hits it off the back wall. And Justin with the shot, not going to be able to get it as Smile with the save, and Goat's going to have to fall back and get some boost and play defensively, because Delaware was not going to give up another goal in that situation there. And you got 95 seconds left to play in this game so far. So Old Dominion with the 3 goals here. They've just been playing very well in the first 2 games of this series, and they've just been decisive with their offensive attack. And there's a chance out front, but it's not going to be done much with it as Curl gets a shot on net from TJ. It's going to be safe from TJ, I should say. And Goat is not going to win that follow-up, so down to 70 seconds we play here. And TJ is not going to win that 50 over there. It's going to be in the left corner as Curl's going to have to hit it out. And he will get a center right there in front. It's going to be 1 minute left to play. And Delaware, they are in desperate need of finding something on the offense, because they haven't done much. And there's a shot on net from TJ, but Goat is there to defend it very well again. So Delaware has just not found the back of the net at all in this series, and Old Dominion has made them paid for it, as they have scored 7 goals so far. And we come down to the final 35 seconds here, and Goat is going to defend it at midfield. He'll get an additional touch, and he's not going to do much as it'll go into the left wall. 30 seconds left to play here, and Justin will get a shot on net. It'll be saved, and there's Goat. Oh, I should say there was no save there. He was getting set up for Goat on the potential follow-up, and he will get the goal. So Goat moves upfield, and nobody there to defend it. He just gets the right angle, gets it past both defenders, and the Monarchs now ahead 4-0. As they have scored a 4-bomb in back-to-back games of this series so far. They are feeling it right now, as they've just had complete control of this series so far. And off of the kickoff, 20 seconds left to play. You can see Goat trying to move up left side. Now he's not going to lose that. He's going to lose that 50, but Justin is there to reinforce to keep it out of the net. Curl's going to lose that. Is going to get demoed in the process, though. 10 seconds left to play, and Sean with the shot on net, but it'll be a little wide left. And Curl is going to move it up the field. So that shutout may still be available, as the Monarchs will have back-to-back shutouts in these games if this ball is to fall without anything happen, and that will be the case. So Old Dominion, they win game one 4-0, and they win game two 4-0, and it is all thanks to that offensive attack from this Monarch team. They just had a stellar performance, as you saw Goat God with the pair of goals himself, and then Curl and Justin adding goals of their own. So a great effort there for Old Dominion there, being able to score another victory against this Delaware team. Like we mentioned before, for those of you that just tuned in, this Delaware team is first in our division right now, and MAEC, and Old Dominion is third place at 2-0, and Delaware is currently 3-0. So it'll be big if the Monarchs can score a win here. They'll move up to 3-0 if they can win game three, or at least win one more match of this best of five series, and the Hens will fall down 2-3-1. So Old Dominion will be able to overtake that first position, it seems, with a win here against Delaware. And then after this, we have our second matchup of the evening for our doubleheader, which will be against Mary Washington, and it'll be interesting to see if they can score a back-to-back victory. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short break here, and we're going to get set up for game number 3 as it's getting ready between these two teams. Ugh. All right, bet. We are good. Old Dominion and Delaware. It is a 2-0 series advantage in favor of the Monarchs so far, as they have scored 4-0 victories and back-to-back games. They are looking to win in game number 3 and have a clean sweep against this number 1 team in their division and the Delaware Hens. But in the meantime, they got to get through these 4.5 minutes and try to win it here. And you can see a shot on net from Go Guy, but it's going to be saved there from Smythe. Won't actually be counted as a shot, but a still good a good effort there from Delaware to keep it out of the zone and keep it out of harm's way, basically. And you can see Curl with the demo himself on Smythe, and Sean with the follow-up in the corner. He'll get the bounce off of the back wall. Nobody's there to follow up, and here comes the Monarchs right up the field themselves, as TJ will have a touch there himself. And you can see Justin will get a demo as well. So in the back corner, Curl is going to be there, and he's going to move it up the field as he can. And Justin with the shot. Oh, my goodness. He didn't get much of a good touch off of that, though. He could have had a shot on net if he had a better touch. But in the meantime, he went wide into the left corner, and it is still 0-0. Here comes Go God. He's going to make some moves. He'll move it up, and Curl had to go back for a boost, unfortunately, as he was trying to set up Curl. And even though Curl is going to get a bounce off the back wall, it'll be there. Justin's going to miss it, though. And here comes TJ of this Delaware team. They're moving it back upfield again. And no goals to attest for here. And here comes Goat God on the right side. He'll have a net. And it'll be defended from Sean. So here comes Old Dominion still with the pressure off the back wall. There's a bounce. Oh, there's a mistouch. There's Goat God with the foul. Oh my goodness, what a shot from Goat God. Possibly getting the first goal of this game. Not going to be able to do so. What a save there. And it's going to fall in front of the net, but Smythe is there to defend it as he'll defend that Curl shot. So a pair of shots from Old Dominion here have given him the pressure. And there's another chance. But Curl's not going to be able to win that 50. And he'll come off the right side. Here comes Goat God at the net. Above crossbar, it'll be defended from Smythe again. So Delaware playing pretty well defensively so far. Have not given up any early goals. It is still 0-0 after 2 minutes of play so far. Here comes Goat God up the left side, off the right side, I should say. Trying to pass it over to his left, and nobody was there to put it away. And here they come once again as Delaware trying to find some momentum on the offense. They have not scored a goal at all in this series. They need to find something. And there's a shot on net as Curl will defend it pretty well. And there's Smile with a follow-up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a defensive play from Just Dan getting out of the zone. Won't be counted as a shot, but that will, as TJ will get the shot on net and Goga will get the save. I should say that didn't count as a save because Just Dan just moved it out of the way before it even got on net. But nonetheless, a big defensive play from Just Dan to keep it out. And Curl with a big save there, as Smythe just vamping up that pressure so far offensively. And there's a shot on net off of the corner. Oh my goodness, what a shot from Goat God. But it does not go in. Goat God trying to get a center out in front for his teammates. Not going to do much though. And here comes Smythe right up the field for Delaware. They are in dire need of a victory in Game 3 if they want to force a Game 4 here. And here comes Goat God. He'll win that touch. And it'll switch sides of the field as we're in the left corner. And here's a shot right there in front from Just Dan. Not going to get much off of that for a follow-up. And Curl's going to have to go to his back wall above crossbar and being able to play it off defensively. And TJ's going to get demoed himself from Just Dan. And you can see Smai returning the favor as he's going to demo Just Dan himself. And here comes Delaware up the field once again. Just Dan with the defensive play. 90 seconds up to play. No goals to account for. Could be one goal game here. And there's a shot on net from Go God again. That is his third shot. All three have been pivotal as he's just not been able to find the back of the net. It's just been stellar goalkeeping from Delaware so far. But Go God has given the Monarchs every chance to possibly take the first goal lead. They just haven't been able to find it though. A minute 5 left to play here. It is going to come down to next goal wins possibly. Here comes Just Dan. Go God trying to help out with that assist, and he's not going to be able to do much. It seemed like those guys were just out of position, or at least the communication was just not on point there. And with 50 seconds left to play here, Delaware trying to get it back into the zone. And there's going to be a center in front, but it's going to go wide. It'll be in the right corner as Goka will have an additional hit. He'll move it up the left wall. He'll get the boost he need. He'll get the aerial. He'll win that over Sean. And there's Curl with the shot. It'll bounce off the back wall, off of the post. Left posted hit, and the Monarchs not being able to capitalize once again. A lot of near chances for them, but they have just not found the back of the net. 30 seconds left to play. Here comes the pass right upfield. Goka with the shot on net, and Just Dan trying to hit it off the back wall. Not going to do much off of that. Curl wins at 50. It'll be up to the ceiling. Sean's trying to get it out of the way. You can see Curl, the ball's going to bounce right in front. Nobody's there to follow up to tap it in, though. It would have come to 5 seconds go. And the ball is going to drop, so we are going to overtime. So no goals to account for. The Monarchs scored 8 goals in the first 2 games, but 0 goals in this one as we are going to need overtime. Let's see if Delaware can force a game forward, and they will. So right off of the rip, off of the kickoff, Sean wins that kickoff. He wins that 50 over Goat God, hits off the ceiling. He gets the follow-up right below Just Dan. Just Dan thought it was going up. And 7 seconds into overtime, and Delaware, they strike back, and they get one right against this Monarch team. So it'll be 1-2 in favor of the Monarchs as we are going to need to go to a game 4. But a pivotal effort from the Monarchs. I mean, 5 shots on goal in that game. Meanwhile, Delaware had the 6 shots on goal. That 6th shot was the game winner right there. But unfortunately, the Monarchs just couldn't do much off of that offensively. I mean, Goat God and Curl both had pair of saves. And then Just Dan, I should say, had the pair of saves. And then Curl also accounted for a save as well. So unfortunate for the Monarchs being able to lose that one. They had every chance to close out the series in 3 games, but they weren't able to do it, so as they lost in overtime once again, which kind of dates back to the Fall Open. If you guys did tune into our Fall Open over the weekend, the varsity team, they did make it to the losers bracket final, all the way to the final, but they did lose to Oregon, unfortunately, in Game 5, a pivotal Game 5. And in that series, I mean, it was pivotal because they lost 2 overtime games that they just haven't really bid well in overtime so far. And that's something you kind of seen in this 3rd game as Delaware just being able to win off of the kickoff there and being able to win that 50 off of Goat God and being able to just get that bounce right down below Just Dan, because Just Dan, like I said, he was trying to go for an upper shot, but he wasn't really anticipating the bounce down below. And that gives Delaware the lead and the win. And that's going to be a goal right there as Smile with another goal for Old Dominion, or for Delaware, I should say, excuse me. So right off of the kickoff, right at the bounce, off of the sidewall, Goka just misses the ball, and it's just an own goal there as Just Dan and Goka just was not able to get that ball out of the zone, and that is going to be a goal for Delaware. 6 seconds in. There's going to be a shot on net, and that's going to be off the post though. Wow, what an angle for Curl. All the way downfield, he still manages to hit the post, and Curl's going to win that 50. He'll get to center, but it'll be a little wide into the right corner. And Delaware is going to have some pressure here as Goka will move it upfield and trying to get a shot on net, possibly get an assist there. Just Dan will try to get up. Not going to do much over that. And there's a shot from Curl, so Curl will get the goal right there. So Just Dan gets demoed in the process. As you can see, Goat God in the corner trying to get it centered out. He will get it to center. And then there you are with Curl being able to tap it in on the open net. Nobody defend him. So the Monarchs strike back after that 6-second goal from Delaware. And it is now tied 1-1 as the Monarchs just need a win. And they will score a victory against Delaware in the series. saw a big hit there from Delaware, but it'll actually hit above crossbar a little bit. So unfortunate to them, they weren't able to get the follow-up. And there's a shot on net from Go God, but it'll be saved from Smite as Delaware not giving up a second goal. So minute 5 gone by, and you see Curl got demoed in the process, but there's a shot on net, but it's going to be defended from TJ, and there's a follow-up. Oh my goodness, from Go God. And there's a follow-up, and Justin will finally get it in. So the follow-up from Go God did not go in the net, but thankfully Justin was there to get the follow-up and being able to score the goal for Old Dominion. So after giving up that first goal, they have back-to-back goals, and they regain the lead 2-1 against this #1 team in Delaware in their division here in MAEC. You see Go God with the shot already on net off of the kickoff. There's a centered shot off of the wall. Oh my goodness, what a chance there, but Go God, or Curl's got the demolition on Smite there. But still, a great opportunity for the Monarchs that was just missed by split timing there. And there's another demo from Justin. There's a shot on net from Go God, but it's saved from TJ, or Smite, I should say, and it'll be an open net. The commit was there, and Smite with a pair of goals for this Delaware team, being able to get it out of the goal and take that away from the harm's way. And Delaware just capitalizing on that counterattack, and they score again. So it is now 2-2, as it is now a more competitive natured series compared to what we had seen in the first 2 games. But still, Old Dominion, they just need the one win, and they are going to win the series. So they just need to lock in and see if they can score a victory. And there's a shot there from Sean, but it's going to be defended from Go God pretty easily. And Go God will be in his right corner. He'll move it upfield. At midfield, he'll go. He'll get the bounce up, and there's a bump. And it's actually going to be a demolition on Curl. There's a follow-up off the back wall. Can Go God get in position? He will, and there's the goal. He just had to get repositioned, and he's going to get the timing before the defender of Delaware got out to the ball. And you can see Go God being able to utilize the timing very well as TJ tried to get it out of harm's way. But Old Dominion with another goal thanks to Go God, and they now have the lead again, 3-2 with less than 3 to play. So you can see Justin trying to get a bounce off the back wall. He will. It'll be left side. And Go God will keep it in the zone as he won that 50 at midfield. Not going to get that, though. Timing was just a bit off. And you can see Delaware trying to make something out of this attack, but not going to do much as Curl moves it up the field himself. Left side. There's a defense there from Delaware. There's a shot on net from Justin. A little off the crossbar and out of harm's way as Sean gets it away for any follow-up to happen. And you can see Curl still keeping it in the zone. Justin on the right side. He'll pass it over to Go God. My mistake. It'll fall right there for Curl, but not going to be able to get it away. So not being able to capitalize on an attack, and Sean's not going to win that. Old Dominion still with the 1-goal lead. Go God with a big save there, and Curl moves it over to the left side. And Go God is actually going to take it himself as he'll move up the left wall into the corner. It'll bounce right there. Not much of a bounce out front, though, as it'll be taken down in the field once again from Delaware, as they have just vamped up on his offensive attack ever since that overtime goal in the last one, and just being able to have a lot of offensive capability in this one, because you did not see that in the first 2 games. You didn't really see that in the third game until they scored on that kickoff goal from overtime. But this has probably been Delaware's best game so far. They've just been able to get the counterattack to work. And there's a shot on net. Oh my goodness, off the corner. And Curl not going to be able to get the goal right there to possibly put the dagger in Delaware. Less than 90 to play here. And there comes out right there for shot. And there's a shot on net, but it'll be a little left of the corner post, as TJ just misses it just by a few inches there. And Delaware not going to be able to get another follow-up off of that. So here comes Curl. He'll move it up the field. There's Go God trying to reinforce. Not going to get much off of that. Justin needs to win that. He will not, but Curl's there to back off and being able to defend that. He'll lose that 50. It'll bounce off the back wall above crossbar, but with 1 minute to go, it's back out to midfield. And Curl with the follow-up shot himself, but it'll go a little left. And there's another shot from Go God, but it'll go above the crossbar once again. Justin moving up the field. 40 seconds left to play. Delaware needs a desperate goal here. They need a goal to at least tie it and force an overtime if they want to continue this series. If not, the Monarchs will beat this #1 seed and MAEC of their division. 30 seconds left to play here. And Justin with the shot on net. It's going to be defended pretty well. And Curl is going to get it out of the zone. Nice play from Curl. Moving up the right side. Here he comes at midfield. There's a play there from Go God. It'll be on the right side. It'll bounce off the right wall. There was a center there, and you can see Curl is actually trying to follow TJ, 10 seconds left to play. Here comes Delaware. This is the last ditch effort for them. There's a centered ball. There's a shot on net, but a big save from Goga. There's a follow from TJ. 3 seconds to go. They'll get it out of the zone. And the ball has to hit the ground. And there it is. Old Dominion, they needed 4 games, but they defeat Delaware, and they are going to win against this Delaware team. So the Monarchs, the 3 seed in the MAEC division, they beat the 1 seed Delaware in 3-1 fashion as they score a victory in our opening match of this evening for Rocket League. And you can see a lot of shots there for the Monarchs, 12 shots to account for, as you saw all the members all getting a goal to add into that game. But a great effort from the Monarchs there. They improved their record to 3-0 here in MAEC, and they overtake that first division. I believe they overtake the first seed of the division with the victory over Delaware. So a great effort from the Monarchs, and all the props there for them to be able to capitalize in that first game. And also, I mean, it's still a great effort from Delaware. I mean, they still did not play pretty well. They didn't have a good start. That really is what's going to kick them, looking back at this series, is the fact that those first 2 games was just a decisive controlling series from the Monarchs. And you kind of saw it in Game 3 and 4 where Delaware start to find the rhythm. But nonetheless, I mean, the Monarchs still get the win. They win 3-1. And now they get prepared for our second match of this evening, which will be taking place at 8 o'clock against Mary Washington, who is the 5th seed in our MAEC division, who is going to be 1-2 so far. So it'll be interesting to see how the Monarchs will fare well against this ODU or against this Mary Washington team. But like we mentioned earlier on in the stream, if the Monarchs are to score victories in both of these matches tonight, I believe that they are going to qualify for playoffs here in MAEC. So that'll be big for the Monarchs. The stakes were pretty high in the second game going forward, as they need a victory over this 5th seed Mary Washington in order to have some postseason play going forward for them here in MAEC. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short break. I have been your caster, Benjamin Draper, and we are going to get things set up for game number 2 against Mary Washington. We hope you have enjoyed, and we see you guys in a few short moments as Old Dominion scores a victory here against Delaware 3-1. And welcome back, folks. We're back with game number 2 of our double header this evening. My goodness, a bit of a rough start coming back into things, but Justin not having a rough start himself, coming off the kickoff, being able to get the bounce off the wall, and being able to play that ball very well, and being able to score this opening goal. So the Monarchs score 6 seconds into game number 1 of the second game this evening, and they are now out ahead 1-0. But like I was mentioning, this is our second game of our doubleheader. If you guys were tuned in for the first one, they played against Delaware University, the number 1 seed in MAEC right now, and they defeated them with a decisive 3-1 series victory. And ODU should be the number 1 seed now, and you can see Justin with a big goal himself. So his second goal already from Justin, being able to score the pair of goals and giving the Monarchs the advantage already, and it is now 2-0 in their favor 20 seconds in. So what a great start here for ODU, being able to try to win both games this evening, because if they are to win both games, they should qualify for MAEC playoffs, and they will have a pretty good seeding so far. And there's a shot there from Curl. My goodness, right off the back wall, plays the bounce, and being able to put it right in. So not even 30 seconds in, and it is already 3 goals in favor of ODU. And Mary Washington just does not have an answer for this Monarch team so far. Woo! You better fasten your seatbelts, folks, because it might be a long game for a long series, I should say, for Mary Washington. As Old Dominion coming right back up the field. Here comes their counterattack. Not going to be able to get that touch in their favor, and Go God is actually going to get some more going. It'll be in the right corner as Justin will get there. Not going to do much off of there. There's the bounce out of the corner. Nobody's there to follow up, though. So here comes Mary Washington as they'll get a shot on net, and Justin's there to defend it pretty easily. So a minute gone by, 3 goals in favor of the Monarchs. 3-0 is the lead so far. And you can see Justin playing off of the corner hit. Here comes my 2-2. Not going to do much off of that. And Mary Washington is trying to figure something out, because that first 30 seconds was just a nightmare for their team. Not the start that they would have wanted, especially starting out a new series. But that is what they have been given. That's the cards that they were dealt at the moment here. And you can see a shot on net there, but Curl's there to defend it pretty easily. And here comes Go Gut up the left side. He's not going to win that 50. Here's a shot on net. Oh my goodness, off the post. Mary Washington with a close chance themselves to possibly get one back. And Go Gut's going to win that 50. It'll be a bounce off the wall. Can he get the follow-up? He will. My goodness, what an effort from this Monarch team so far. Go God, what a heck of an effort, being able to get the ball pushed up the ceiling and get the follow-up shot off of the ensuing bounce. So Mary Washington now down 4-0 in this series so far. My goodness. And do not leave the stream just yet after the conclusion of this game, folks, because we do have a little special something to show you guys, a new docuseries that is coming, that is going to be debuted on our stream today. It'll be Overwatch, I believe, and there we go. I mean, another goal for the Monarchs, and you can see just Go God just having it his way. Another goal. That's his second goal of the game, and the Monarchs just a decisive first 2 minutes so far. It is 5-0 in their favor. See some missed touches, and Hikari with a big bump there, trying to get one of the members of ODU out of the equation there, and not going to do much off of that as Justin there with the save. Another big save from Justin. He'll move it up the field again, off the back wall. Go God there. What a save, though. Halfway going through this game, Mary Washington giving up 5 goals already. There's Justin, or Curl, I should say, and there's the goal. So Curl with his second goal of this match, he makes it a 6-0 advantage, and the Monarchs in complete control of game number 1 here, as Mary Washington just does not have no idea what hit him coming into this series. And off of the kickoff, here comes Curl. He'll get the demo off of there. And you can see Matutu not having a good hit, and Justin will hit it into the corner. There's a bounce out of the corner. There's a shot there from Go God. A little wide. There's a follow from Curl. It'll go wide himself as well. It'll be defended from Hikari. And there's Go God with the shot. He'll lose that 50. He'll actually win that 50 a bit. Try to get the follow-up shot. Not going to do much off of it, and Matutu's there at midfield. as he'll try to get something centered out for his teammates. And there's a shot on net, or it won't count as a shot on net, a little above crossbar. But here comes Curl moving up the field out of the corner, and Hikari is there to defend it at midfield. So 1:45 left to play here. Here comes Old Dominion trying to get him another goal tallied on here. Here comes Curl coming out of the corner. And there's Gogai. He misses the timing on that hit, though. If Gogai could have connected on that timing, they possibly could have gotten a shot on net and possibly another goal to add to this lead. But at the moment here, it's still less than 90 seconds to play. It is a shutout still in favor of the Monarchs. There's a shot right there. There's a pass right there in front. Not going to do much off of that, though. And here comes Hikari. There's a shot on net, and there's the goal. So as we just talked about, a shutout at the moment for the Monarchs. Commentator's curse. I should just shut my mouth because Hikari came right back down the field. And he got the shot on an open net, and nobody there to defend it. So a minute 17 left to play, and Mary Washington finally on the board. It's off the kickoff. Matutu won at 50 right there, but he'll get demoed in the process. Crazy there with the follow-up shot. And he's defending from Curl, so Curl with another big save. And it's going to get centered there in front from the right corner. Not going to do much, though, as Go-Kart there to play off of it. So with 1 minute left to play, Monarchs in complete control, 6-1 in their favor. And there's a hit from the back wall. It's going to be defended from just down. Here comes Gokai. There's a counterattack. It'll bounce off the back wall. There's a follow-up shot, and there's Curl. My goodness. His fourth shot of the afternoon, and there's the hat trick. Throw out the hats for Curl. What a shot there from Curl. What a setup from Gokai getting that counterattack for Old Dominion. That was a very quick counterattack, and they were able to capitalize very quickly as you saw the Monarchs get the 7th goal of this game. It is now 7-1 in their favor. It is just a replication of Germany and Brazil once again. That's a FIFA reference for those that don't know, that do not watch sports. 30 seconds left to play here. 6 goals is the difference. Nixie just down with the shot there. He'll get the shot off. He's actually not going to get the timing there, but there's a follow-up. Oh, my goodness. Curl could have gotten his 4th goal, but he misses it. 10 seconds left to play, and there's a shot on net, but Go-Kart is there to save it. 5 seconds left to play, and there's a follow-up off the back wall above crossbar. It'll fall from ceiling, and we just got to wait for the ball to drop. Hikari with the shot, and it would have been saved there, but nonetheless, Monarchs on the back of Curl's hat trick. Then you had a pair of goals from Go-God and Justin, and then overall just 12 shots, and then 8 saves. My goodness, 8 saves from the Monarchs in that series, along with their 12 shots. Just a decisive victory for the Monarchs in game number 1 as they score the 7-1 victory. So unfortunate for Mary Washington. I mean, that was not the start that they would have wanted, especially when you're facing a very tough opponent in this ODU squad. ODU, they improved their record to 3-0 earlier this evening after finishing off the first seed in this MAEC division, Delaware, in 3-1 fashion. So the Monarchs, they moved to 3-0, and it looks like that they are just keeping the momentum going. They are just fired up, and they are really looking for back-to-back victories, and it sounds like that we're getting right back into the thick of things. Let's play some car soccer. And off the kickoff, there's Curl. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, nobody there. But Curl's going to get the goal anyways. So right off of the kickoff, 6 seconds in, and the Monarchs just reminiscing what they did in game number 1. Curl off the kickoff. It hit the crossbar. Had to do a little bit of bounces, but it still goes in anyways. So Monarchs out ahead, 6 seconds already in the game number 2 of this best of 5. And a demo there from Curl. There's a bounce right off the back wall, and there it is. Go-God setting up. Go-God got set up from Curl off of that bounce from the right side of the goal into the left side. And an easy goal. So 16 seconds into this game, and it is a 2-goal advantage for the Monarchs. If you remember what happened in the first game of the series, they scored 3 goals in the first 30 seconds. Oh my goodness, they just did it again. But in the first 20 seconds, oh my goodness, the Monarchs are just having their way with this Mary Washington team so far. Woo! Can we just wave the white flag or something? It just seems like that. Here comes Curl off the kickoff again. There's a shot. Hikari's there with the save, though. "40 seconds gone in. 3 goals to account for in favor of the Monarchs." And you see a demo there for the Monarchs being able to get the man up. And you can see they're getting into offensive territory. Not going to do much off of it, though. Here comes Goka with his chance. They go wide. And Kuro trying to get something going in the corner. He'll get the bump on Matutu. Trying to get something set up for Just Dan to possibly get a center out to someone. Not going to do much there, and there's Crazy. So Mary Washington comes back down the field. Minute 11 into this game, and it is now a 3-1 game. Oh, what a miss hit from Matutu, and Just Dan just there off of the kickoff. So unfortunate miss for Mary Washington. You see Hikari loses that 50 on the kickoff, and Matutu just misses it, and Just Dan is there to capitalize. So the Monarchs out ahead 4-1 after Mary Washington got a goal back to make it a 2-goal deficit. The Monarchs improve it right back to a 3-goal advantage, so they are still in complete control here in this second game. Comes Matutu trying to get something centered out for his teammates. Not going to do much. Here comes their counterattack from Old Dominion. And it'll be in the left corner of the offensive zone for Old Dominion as they're trying to get something going out of the corner. Not going to do much. Here comes Matutu with the shot. And what a big save from Goat God. My goodness. A big save from Goat God to keep it at 3 goals in their favor. And you can see a trade on both ends of that demolition there as Goat God gets a demo and gets demoed in the process. So let's see what the Monarchs can do. And there's a shot on net from Crazy, trying to get his second of the second game. Not going to do much there as it's defended. And in Matutu, it'll be in the right corner of the offensive zone for Mary Washington here. But here comes Goat God. Into the left corner. He'll get the center. Bounce off the back wall. There's a shot on net. Goat God with the fall. Oh, what a save, though, from Crazy. See Matutu trying to get the touch. Follow-up touch, he will. It'll be right there. And there's a shot, and it's off the post. The left post it was. There's a follow-up. What a big save from Just Dan. Oh, my goodness. A little over halfway gone by. 4-1 in favor of the Monarchs. They are looking to take a 2-0 series lead. And there's a shot on net. Goat God's there to defend it. Matutu with another shot. But the Monarchs looking to take the 2-0 series victory on the cusp of winning the series 3-0, but they are going to need a victory in both these 2 games. Still plenty of time for Mary Washington to come back, though. But Goat God just playing phenomenal for this Monarch team. They'll miss that touch on Mary Washington. Bounce off the back wall. There's a shot from Goat God. Does not go in as Crazy's there with the save. Comes Goat God at midfield once again. He'll get the shot on net. There's a save. Matutu there credited. And here comes a follow-up from Curl. There's a good angle. Oh, what a defensive play, though. One of the members, I believe, deflected the ball, and it took it off of the angle from going towards the net. So Curl had a chance there, but it got deflected in the front. Here comes Goat God up the right wall, and you can see Crazy would not actually get a good touch there. And there's Curl. He'll try to get the shot on net. It'll be above. Just Dan's there with the positioning. Good shot. And there's a follow-up. And there's Goat God. My goodness, Goat God with another goal, and they just extend this lead. So that may be the dagger in the Mary Washington in the second game. Just down with the shot to put it right there in front, and Goat God to put it away to extend the Monarch lead to 4. 69 seconds left to play in favor of ODU here. They've just been in complete control in the series so far. Hikari trying to get it out of the zone. Not going to do much off of that. Just Dan will keep it in, and it'll be hit right off of Crazy. So we'll have to go to the right side, and you can see they'll go right back into the zone. And there's a shot. There's a follow from Matutu, but not going to be able to get the goal. It goes a little wide above crossbar. 40 seconds left to play here. Here comes Akari. Trying to get a center out for one of his teammates off of that back wall. Not going to do much as Goat got there to defend it. And Kuro will move it up the field. 30 seconds left to play here. And Akari still switching into the field. He'll throw it right back into that corner. Left corner they go. They bounce off the back wall. Kuro's there to defend it though. He'll move it up the right side. He'll try to win at 50. He won't. There's a shot on net. A little above crossbar. There's a follow possibly. It will. Not much of a shot though as Kuro is there to defend it pretty easily. 5 seconds left to play. And the Monarchs will now be ahead 2-0 in this series as they look to end things in a clean 3-game sweep. There's a shot on net from Goat God. We just got to wait for the ball to hit the ground, and there it is. Goat God with the final shot at the buzzer there, but it does not matter because the Monarchs just controlling this series so far. They have a 5-1 victory, and you can see the shots there. I mean, 13 shots for the Monarchs. Meanwhile, they only needed to make 4 saves on their end. Could have been much worse, though. I mean, Mary Washington, they had 6 saves overall, and, I mean, that could have just been so much worse. I mean, the first 20 seconds of the game, they gave up 3 goals against the Monarchs, and they just haven't been able to answer. They haven't been able to do anything offensively, and that's been a big difference here. Excuse me. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short break here, and we're going to get things set up for game number 3 as I need to refresh. I need to get some water, and, yeah, so we'll be right back. But if we saw what happened in game number 3 of that series of last series, you saw that Delaware had a pretty pivotal overtime win. So we'll see if the Monarchs can close it out in 3 games and not needing to go to that 4th one as they've just been in complete control here. There's the shot on net as Goka won't actually get a full touch on net. So Justin's going to have to play defensive with it, and you can see he'll lose that 50 as Mututu trying to get something going. For Mary Washington, they just haven't been able to do anything to counter this ODU offense. Seconds gone by here and no goals to account for, which is a big surprise because if you guys were tuned in to the first 2 games of this series, Monarchs, they scored 3 goals in the first 20 seconds of game 1 and 2. So they really have jumped out ahead very fast in the first 2 games, but that is not what we're seeing here in game number 3. Mary Washington seems to have found some type of rhythm defensively and being able to counter this ODU offensive attack, and they're just being able to play pretty well so far as they're trying to get something going on the counter attack as well. And Carlos with the shot on net. My goodness, what a save there from Tutu, though. And off of the back wall, Crazy's going to play off of it as Curl is going to miss that. There's a shot on net, and there's a save there from Goat God. And you can see Goat God trying to get it out of the zone. It'll be in the left corner of their zone still. Justin trying to reinforce, and Curl will actually try to win that 50. He will not, actually, so Goat God will move it up the left side. Halfway gone by in game number 3, no goals to account for. This is very similar of what we had seen in that first series against Delaware. Curl trying to move it upfield. Not going to win that 50, though. And Just Dan trying to get something out of the zone. He will, but it's going to get shot right back into their territory. And here comes Curl once again off of the back, off of that defensive play there. That'll be off the sidewall. Hikari will move it upfield. That's a good angle. There's a shot on net. Oh, my goodness, what a crossbar hit. Luckily that favored the Monarchs. Here they come with a counterattack. Curl with the demo himself, and you see Just Dan won that 50. Here comes the shot off the crossbar. Nobody to follow up, though. Oh, what a chance. A great chance on both ends of the field as both teams had a chance to score the first goal of this game, but nobody finds the back of the net as we are now reaching the final 90 seconds of this matchup as there's still 0 goals to account for. Go-God will try to move it up the field. He'll get the touch off the 50, and it goes in. So a big goal from Go-God, being able to get the 1 goal and put the Monarchs out ahead. Go-God won that touch off of Matutu and being able to move it upfield and being able to get the touch right there above Hikari. So if he was just a second later on that touch before Hikari had touched, it would not have been a goal, I'm pretty sure, as Mary Washington would have been into the ODU zone themselves. And off of the kickoff, Just Dan with the demo himself. So Mary Washington, they're down 1-0. They need a goal here if they want to force overtime at least, because they need to win out in this series if they want to continue playing against Old Dominion. Meanwhile, the Monarchs, they just need one more victory, and they close things out this evening of this doubleheader, I should say. Minute left to play. Apologies if you heard me sneeze. I tried to make sure it wasn't on the mic. Anyways, 45 seconds left to play. They just got to hold steady here defensively. I mean, another goal would be pivotal to making sure that this Monarch victory is solidified in 3 games. 30 seconds left to play. Just Dan with the demolition. $15 seconds left to play. Mary Washington needs to get desperate here. Curl just hitting it back in the zone. Off of the ceiling. Oh my goodness, that could have been the dagger right there. 7 seconds left to play. 5. Mary Washington with the shot on net, and there it is. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Matutu with the shot, and you see Just Dan hits it into the corner, and Hikari gets the goal with 1 second on the clock. Oh my goodness. Old Dominion on the verge of winning in clean fashion here, but we are going to need an overtime to decide game 3 here. And off of the kickoff, here comes Hikari trying to get a second goal to win it. And he tries to get a center out in front. There's a shot. Oh, what a save from Just Dan. Matutu tried to end it. Here they come. Off of the counter. Just Dan tried to get the bump there on the goalkeeper. He misses it though, and Go-God had to play it off, and he'll get a demo himself. Sorry if I have a runny nose at the moment here. Go-God moving up the right side. That's not a good touch. Oh. But Curl's there to defend it. A shot on net, but Matutu will save it. And there's Go-God. He won't be able to get there in time. He will get that. He will get the demolition though, and Curl is there to defend it as he is just trying to make sure that nothing bad happens, that they don't need to go to a 4th game in this series. They have not done very well as of recently with overtime games. They've lost the last 3 of them that they've played. Let's see if they can finally win this one back and end it in 3. Moving up the left side, Curl goes. Hikari with the shot. Oh, what a save though from Just Dan. Nice play from Just Dan, and Crazy still in the corner. That'll be a centered ball in front, but someone's there to defend it. It'll be Curl. And here comes Go-God up the left side. And there it is, a bounce off the back wall, and Crazy's there to defend it pretty well. Not giving the Monarchs any chance. It's going to fall in front. Not going to do there. That's not going to be a goal, though. 90 seconds already transpired of overtime. Go-God in the right corner, trying to get a center out. He'll win that 50. Here it comes. Oh, but there's a good defense there above crossbar to keep it from falling in front. Here comes Just Dan. And the right corner they go. Just Dan trying to get it centered out. There's Go-God. Oh, what a shot there from Go-God, but it's defended from Crazy. Here comes Crazy down the field. Almost 2 minutes gone by. No goals to account for in overtime so far. There's a shot there from Hikari. That's a nice setup from Matutu, but but it is still no goal in favor of Mary Washington to force that game forward. Nobody has scored yet. 2 minutes gone by. A very tight overtime matchup, but it's all about who's going to make that first mistake. Justin gets a demolition himself. Here comes Go Gut up the zone. And Justin with the shot, trying to get it over to Curl on the right side. Not going to be able to do so as the defense there for Mary Washington, playing pretty well. And to the right corner they go, and Justin trying to get it centered. That's a bad bounce off of them. But Akari's there to defend it, and Curl is going to get a shot right there. It'll hit ceiling. And to the right corner we go again. Go God gets the demo, and there's Justin. He'll get it off the back wall, but it'll be defended from Hikari before he even gets bounced in front. There's Go God with the shot. Won't be counted as a shot, but it'll be defended pretty well and hits off the sidewall. Here comes Hikari, but it'll actually be Curl. He'll get the touch first. He'll move it off the right side. He'll miss. He'll actually miss that touch. Go God's there though. 3 minutes gone by. Man, what a game so far. Mary Washington is not letting this one go out easy. And Matutu off to the sidewall. He'll get the shot on net. What a save. My goodness, Curl with a big save himself. Hikari with the follow-up, but it goes wide left. Into the corner they go, and he'll have to move it out to midfield. As you can see, Matutu trying to do something for Mary Washington. And Curl will hit it off of the back wall, and he'll move it up the right side. Might be an opening. There's a shot on net. There it is. And Curl is going to win it. So 3:36 left in it, or 3:36 gone by in overtime. And Curl moves it up the field off of the back wall, takes it himself. He gets the angle, and you can thank Matutu for the additional help and putting it in the goal. So Old Dominion with a 2-1 victory in game number 3 and a 3-0 sweep against his Mary Washington team. They win both games of this doubleheader. They move into first place of the MAEC division after solidifying that with a victory over Delaware, who was a recent number 1 seed earlier this evening, and a decisive victory against the number 5 seed and Mary Washington. So the Monarchs, they started off this afternoon 2-0, or they started off this evening 2-0. They are now 4-0, and they had a great performance overall, and that was a big overtime victory. It went very long, but nonetheless, all that matters is the fact that they got the W, and the Monarchs get the victory. So they scored both victories. They moved to 4-0. They should be the first seed in the MAEC Conference division for their division, and they should have qualified for playoffs. So with that victory, they should have qualified for MAEC playoffs, which is a big congrats for the Rocket League team. They have worked tirelessly throughout this fall semester on improving their craft and making sure that they can have a good run at postseason going forward. But in the meantime, we're going to see if we can get an interview started up with them. If we don't, we'll be right back on here to end things up and wrap it up before we end it off with our docuseries. Like I just mentioned, we have a new docuseries that will be debuting tonight, which is our Overwatch. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short break and see if we can get an interview with one of the team members. All right, and welcome back, folks. I am joined by Jared Peel, also known as Goat God of our Varsity Rocket League team. It is nice for you to join us for a few moments here to get our interview going. But in general, I mean, how did you guys feel about both of your games' performances tonight?
Uh, it was relatively easy. Like the first two games, we were taking it seriously, but then we were just having fun towards the end of it. And as you saw in the first series, we dropped that game because we weren't comic, and so we had to lock in and win the next one pretty comfortably, like we were doing at the beginning of the series.
And it seems that like as of recently, you guys haven't really been doing so well in the overtime games. But it's nice to finally see that you guys got the overtime win against Mary Washington in that third game, because it was kind of like you just mentioned. It was kind of reminiscent of what we saw in that first series against Delaware. Like the first two games, decisive victories for you guys, but it came down to that third game where they really locked in and kind of pushed you guys to that overtime period. And with Delaware, they won in that first overtime game, but with Mary's Washington being able to win the second one. Just kind of talk about how you guys kind of rebound off of that overtime loss in the first series and being able to get it in the second one to get the clean sweep.
We weren't even thinking about the first overtime loss because we knew that was on us. Like we weren't even playing to our what we usually do or our best. So we just played like how we usually do, and we got the dub. I didn't think it was high pressured at all. It was really comfortable overtime win.
And kind of just dating back to you guys' fall open on this Saturday. I mean, for those that tuned in, I mean, they were delighted to see that you guys made it pretty far into the losers bracket. You guys got to the final. You guys lost, unfortunately, in that game 5 against Oregon. I mean, just kind of talking about your guys' performance and also just the improvement that you've seen from your team throughout each open going forward.
Yeah, we really improved with each one. We get a higher placement each one. We were so close to that day too, but we have one more chance this weekend. So hopefully we can get that day too. But yeah, our chemistry is better, and we're just playing overall better as a team. Like our improvement, you see it, so it's there.
And our last question here. I mean, you guys started off today 2-0 in Mace. Now you guys are now 4-0, and Delaware, they were 3-0 coming into this one. They were the 1 seed. Now you guys are 4-0. You guys are the 1 seed now of this Mace division. I mean, kind of just tell us your guys' thoughts about being first place in the division now and kind of just looking ahead towards postseason.
First place right now, it's nothing for us. Like we're confident we're supposed to be first place right now, and postseason, we're gonna do what we have to do, be the best team that like we are now. Stay first.
So that has been it. That has been Jared Peel, also known as Goat God, and I have been your caster, Benjamin Draper. We hope you have enjoyed our Rocket League stream. That is going to be it for us. We're going to take things over to our docuseries, which is going to be debuting over our Overwatch. We hope you have enjoyed. We will see you guys hopefully this weekend with another Fall Open, as Rocket League will be competing again on both JV and varsity side. But in the meantime, thank you for taking a few moments here to share this interview with me. That's been it. I have been your caster, Benjamin Draper, and we hope you guys will enjoy the docuseries of Overwatch after this.
Welcome to another edition of A Monarch's Legacy. This week, we covered our Overwatch 2 team again, hearing their progress and thoughts on the season so far.
Okay, now we can definitely win this fight, but we have to use ults. We have to invest ults here.
My name is Joey, Joka Joey. My brother actually made the name. His name is Joshua, so he used the J-O of his name. And his twin sister, her name is Catherine, so he used the C-A, and then I came 11 years later. So, Joka Joey was born.
So my name's Eli Wallace, Anubis. Basically, it was on the based off the first Overwatch map, Anubis. It was just my favorite map to play. I just got the gamer tag off just that map alone.
I'm Nathan, Cranky Pant. It was literally the default for the account. I made the account, I didn't change the name, so I just went with the default and I stuck with it because I had no clue what I would make it if I changed it.
I played DPS, usually hit scan, meaning I'm usually in the back line, trying to find low health targets, trying to kill them off. I usually play Sojourn and Bastion, and when I'm not playing Sojourn and Bastion, I'm playing Genji. It usually depends on our comp.
The role I play is DPS, which is basically I'm just, taking high ground, taking angles, trying to, create picks and trying to help our team, coordinate in, to the point or to the other team. I like playing Soldier, Bastion, Torb, Reaper, but mainly it's just Bastion and Soldier.
I was originally a sub-support player. Now I believe I'm the starting support player. I mainly played Lucio in our team comps. I'm supposed to be the one who's ult tracking and making sure, calling out any cooldowns I see, things like that. I'm the one who helps keep the team up, things like that.
Nice. Nice. All right.
Okay.
Well, now we have
Lucio will be staying on cart. Lucio stays on cart.
Yep.
I usually wake up and then I shower. I commute to school. I usually attend all my classes first and then come into the arena either for work or, for my own time just to practice. Sometimes I come to hang out with friends. It's like a small little community here that I like to hang out with.
So normally I'll wake up, take a shower, get ready, then go to my classes, and then I'll go and I'll eat lunch, and then I'll come up to the arena and I'll play for a couple hours. And 2 times a week we have games, and 1 time a week we have practice.
If it's my Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, I wake up, go to my first class, and I'm here all day between classes. Or if it's my Tuesdays or Thursdays, I'm normally sleeping in, and then I get up, come here for a bit, classes, and back here. I spend a majority of my time in the arena playing games and practicing.
Usually I look forward to the people that I get to meet or talk to, and also just improving in general. Whenever I play, I like to basically coach myself, and helps me get better at the game.
I look forward to, I have a lot of fun just dominating. Like I want to create as much, and I want to be like a playmaker. Like I want to create as much plays as possible just because it's so satisfying being able to accomplish something that helps your team win the game, or just something that looks flashy but still works.
Honestly, it's a lot of adrenaline. It happens to me with a lot of competitive games. I just get this massive adrenaline rush, but I love the feeling of winning. When I do well and my team does well and we get that win, it feels so good to be able to say we won that game against this other very good team.
Alright, they're gonna have lava and
fine. What I say right now.
Well, I'd like for us to go into quarterfinals at least once, or semifinals. We still need to build our team up. Some people are newer to this than others.
So my main goals, honestly, I just want to, help. I want to improve our team. Make sure everyone is cool with each other, but make sure that we progress forward to just being the best team we could be. And I just want to win. Like that's plain and simply, I just want to win.
I want to keep getting better. Hopefully someday I can even hit varsity and be a starter on the varsity team. But my biggest goal is to just improve.
You want to try running like Sombra as well, just to,
no,
if they
Sombra, their supports are too good. Until we cannot break from what we're doing it wrong.
I feel like most of our teams have a lot of potential. Overwatch, we started off weak this time, but that's because we have a new team member. But hopefully, next semester we can probably get to quarterfinals, like I mentioned before. And I really hope to see us all improve, get to a place where we can be recognized as ODU, the esports college.
I'm mainly excited. I think we have a good shot of making it far this year. So I'm very excited for that. Excited to go against other people who have also built teams similar to ours, because I feel like we have a very strong team, and I know that other schools have strong teams as well. So being able to get to play players who have the same mentality and just want to win, that's what I'm looking forward to most.
My biggest achievement so far, while I've been a student here, is keeping my really good GPA. But it's also how much I've improved in Overwatch. I started off as a hard stuck gold player. Now I'm masters, trying to get the grandmaster. So hopefully I can get that this semester.
Throughout my life, I played a lot of video games, but I never imagined I would ever be on an esports team, and it's just just a super cool thing to do.
I would say my biggest achievement so far is just the fact that I've been able to learn more of the hero pool. It's still only halfway through the season and I haven't improved terribly much, but I'm learning more about each hero, learning how to play different maps better, learning how to play each hero better. So it's really just the stuff I've learned so far that's the achievement.
Just, being able to actually play on the team is just super, it's super great. Honestly, it's an amazing feeling that I'm able to play, esports for ODU.
I get a lot of support from family and friends. My family is really proud of me. They encourage me. A lot of great people in my life who are supporting me to keep doing what I do.
My driving force in this program is Byron Hinson, our coordinator. He has been my motivation this entire semester, and I strive to be like him every single day of my life.
This has been Isabel Colon, and thank you for watching A Monarch's Legacy.